Right, there you go. Not as happy.
It's a family film, Manson family.
Yeah.
So, it's very dark and it's very different. And if people think they're going to go to the theater and they're going to be cheering for Captain Howdy, I got news for you. I used, Linda Blair's character in The Exorcist as my model. I wanted a character that people dreaded and was disturbing, not a character that you were going, yeah, well, he's so funny.
Right, so the Strangeland pretty much is going to make Nightmare on Elm Street look like an affair to remember.
Yeah, well, I don't want to beat up on Robert, because, my God, he's an icon, and he's in my movie.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I did read that. You're right.
He plays one of my victims, which to me was like, for me to be tormenting
Freddie.
I was going to say, he hates when you do that. So tormenting Robert and have him screaming in pain was just like insane. I mean, it was like, my God, this is outrageous. But he loved the script, and he has basically said that I have created the next icon of horror, and you're seeing it being touted by Fango and a lot of people. And a lot of people ask me, have you shown it to the press? I said, I'm not showing it to the press, not to the mainstream press. They hate this stuff.
They won't get it,
Don't trash it. I showed it to a buddy of mine who's a major disc jockey in the country, and he loved it. And I showed it to Fango, and they said I've created an icon for the next millennium. I showed it to Robert Englund. I showed it to Marilyn Manson. And when Manson saw it, my character came on screen, and we're watching it, and Manson goes, wow, excuse me?
You got Marilyn Manson to say, wow, you're in.
Wow?
Yeah, you're talking about creepy.
Yeah, so I said, so that's pretty good. That's high praise indeed. 2 thumbnails with nail polish up.
Yeah, there you go.
So these are the people that, that I want to show the movie to. These are the people I want to get reactions from. I mean, because the fact is, critics hated Twisted. I didn't do it for critics.
No,
I did it for the audience, the people who loved the music, who got what we were about. And the same thing goes for Strangeland. This is for the people who enjoy dark movies, who want to be scared, who want to be creeped out. They want to have that thrill.
Back to Twisted Sister now. Is this a one-off for the movie soundtrack, or are you guys going to actually hang together?
Well, we became friends again a couple of years ago, and we were looking to do something, but we weren't looking to commit to anything, permanent or major. When this came up, it was a chance to do a one-off without committing, sort of put our toe into the studio and see how it felt. And we had a good time, and the reaction so far has been real good. So we're just sort of taking baby steps. If this leads to an actual reunion, tour or anything like that, that remains to be seen. But and we definitely have talked and said, well, look, if we do get together, let's do it the way Kiss did it, full on, makeup, costumes, stage, the whole deal. Let's not try and pretend that we're Tool. You're
right.
We're Twisted Sister, and let's be Twisted Sister. So although there are no plans at this time, we are of the mind to do something limited in the future. But it's definitely a nostalgia thing. You got to recognize it for what it is. I think Crew made a mistake when they came out and said, yeah, we're reunited, and now we're Alice in Chains. And everyone's like, wait a minute, we came here to hear you shout at the devil. And I don't begrudge Crew to try to move forward, but don't do it as a reunited Motley Crue, because you're sort of misrepresenting what people expected they were going to see.
And we're all getting a little bit older. We need that nostalgic.
Yeah. Kiss said, hey, we're back together. We're going to be Kiss.
Let's have some fun.
Let's have some fun. People want to see Kiss. And the Twisted guys and I, we at least recognize that. You hear that in the song that we recorded and the way we approached it.
What advice do you give to people who are artists?
I've got a phrase that I learned. When I heard it, I literally have it tattooed on my arm. It's illegitimus non carborundum est, which is Latin. Translated means never let the bastards wear you down.
There you go.
And I mean, I decided I was going to be a rock star, and I didn't make it young. I turned 30 when Twisted Sister Stay Hungry album went double platinum. Okay, Twisted was together 8.5 years before we broke, 6.5 before we got signed. And then at 32, I decided I was going to do movies. Well, not 32, at 30 I decided. And now that's 13 years ago that I said, I'm going to write movies. And I have stuck with it. I worked the craft and worked and worked and worked. And my first movie is coming out, another dream come true. But it didn't come easy. So, but if you got a goal, persistence is everything, believing in yourself is everything, being realistic is everything.
Amen.
If you're going to kid yourself and you're going to say, oh, I'm the greatest, you it's not going to happen.
No, you got to love the work first.
Yeah, you got to know what you got. You got to believe in yourself, and you got to get out there and go for it, and never let the bastards wear you down.
That's right.
Don't look at it like a huge mountain that you got to leap over, but just slowly make your way up.
What are some of your favorite horror films?
Head and shoulders above them all is The Exorcist. It just stands there alone.
Now, did you see the new stuff that's out?
Like what?
There's a new.
Oh yeah, I've heard about
the
it.
new footage.
Oh, I want to see with that spider walk.
Dude, the spider walk.
That is like that is the ultimate, the icon. You know.
Yeah, I could watch that movie over and over.
But how about the Evil Dead film?
Evil Dead, great, sure.
You know, and all those Sam Raimi jobs, they were great. And you know, the Texas Chainsaws, and you know, and the Full Moon's done some great stuff. With Subspecies, Reanimator. I mean, they're low budget and stuff, but there's some good energy in some of those. But you know, I mean, I could really live without. Well, you know, I gotta enjoyed the Chucky films, but that was a movie that literally put me over the edge to start writing my own guy. Because you sit there, you're watching a grown man running from a doll, and you go, what the hell am I watching? Turn around and step on it. It's a damn doll. You know, the same goes for the leprechaun. I'm the leprechaun. Kick it in the
shoot him.
Kick it. It's a leprechaun.
Right, you're
right.
right.
What the hell? I'm the leprechaun. Yeah, sure. Get out of here.
Now, Captain Howdy, of course, a nod to The Exorcist.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Which is a subtlety, but to those in the know, it immediately, you see that screen name come up on the screen, and she goes,
yeah.
Captain Howdy. What kind of name is that? And those who know go, uh-oh.
I'm really excited to see this.
You know, like, if you don't like really dark stuff, stay away. But if you do, go there and just take it in.
DEE Snider, real pleasure, man.
Pleasure to be here.